This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 1280. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome. You know, people have lots and lots of questions. And although I've stopped really answering the questions that are messaged to me, I still have a few in the archives that I'm pulling out periodically at times where I think it'd be helpful for you, my audience. And this is one that talks about discrimination and whether it's allowed in this instance. Hope you find this helpful. Hope you give it a great review in Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, wherever you listen to the show. And if you're interested in my coaching you, listen to the end. I have information there about how to contact me and what services I offer. By the way, there's a lot more information on my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us. And come over to the site, go to the blog, go exploring. There is a mountain of information there for you. And with that, let's get going. And I received a question from someone that I thought was interesting. When hiring, are you allowed to deny people on a bad personality or if they don't embody the company image, even if they meet the paper requirements? So I just want to break this down into a couple of different components. The basis of the rejection is your personality, not whether you have the skill, the company image. I'm confused by that, but I'll try and sort it through as I talk. So here it goes. Discrimination exists under U.S. law based upon a number of criteria. Some states have added different criteria onto the basic federal ones. And as long as the form of discrimination does not violate any of those laws, it is not by definition discrimination. It may be discriminatory, it may reflect ignorance, but it's not legally discrimination. So in this example, a person has the paper requirements. We don't know whether they were rejected because they displayed poorly on the interview, displayed their knowledge poorly on the interview. We're just going to deal with what we know here. And that is, this person believes they were turned down based upon personality and a second criteria. Personality is not a discriminatory category under any law that I've ever heard of. Firms are allowed to evaluate people for fit as long as that doesn't fall into a discriminatory category, such as we don't think you'd fit in because we only hire men, or you're gay and we're all a bunch of heterosexuals, on and on and on. Oh yeah, of course. You're black, we're white, or you're white, we're black. What do you know about our culture? How could you possibly fit in? And not giving the person the opportunity to demonstrate that in the course of the interview. Those are clear discrimination based upon fit. Personality? No. Now, this question arose for me about the use of the term the company image. They don't embody the company image. And I'm wondering if that's a question of weight. Whether this person might be profoundly obese, for example. And in certain states, that behavior may qualify for discrimination. Now, ultimately, you have to prove that was the criteria for the being rejected by this organization, which is a harder road to take. And in terms of weight, to my knowledge, and an attorney would know this better, you can't use the excuse of, well, no one at this firm is morbidly obese. That's a term that I've heard used regularly to describe someone who's extremely overweight. They're at the point of risking death by being that overweight. So again, if you really believe that this is the case, consult an attorney and see what they have to say. Find out what it would take for you to prove your case if the issue was about being very overweight, and see whether that allows you to be a member of a, quote, protected class under state or federal law. And if you live in a bigger city, local law as well, because those laws, are added on top of the original federal legislation. And I'm sorry I can't be more specific, but I think that really covers the way to evaluate whether this is a case of discrimination and whether firms can do it.
So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here are a few ways to get even more from me. First of all, visit my website, www.thebiggamehunter.us. I have several thousand blog posts there that you can watch, listen to, or read to help you find your next job. If you want the best of my advice, join JobSearchCoachingHQ.com, where I've curated my information with a focus on interviewing. If you have a few questions, contact me through the Magnifi app for iOS. That's Magnifi with an I at the end, or PrestoExperts.com, where you can call me. Schedule a specific time with me through chat on Magnifi or by connecting with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. Once we're connected on LinkedIn, you can message me about coaching you, speaking with me about a resume or LinkedIn profile critique, help with a salary negotiation, my trusted advisor services, as well as scheduling me for Magnifi or for PrestoExperts.com. Like you, I don't work for free. You can also take my classes on Skillshare and become a premium member using the link in the show notes and receive 2 months for free instead of just the one that the site offers. Skillshare offers thousands of courses, not just simply mine. It is a great resource in a variety of different areas. Subscribe to my other podcast, which is called Job Search Radio. This one is number 1 in Apple Podcasts. Job Search Radio is number 2. Subscribe to both. You will get great information 7 days a week from this show, 6 days a week from the other. Lastly, I want to encourage you to join my group on Facebook called Career Angles. It's free to the first 500 people who join and is focused on helping you do better at work. Information is shared daily, and we're building a supportive group there to provide advice and counsel during difficult times. Again, the group on Facebook is called Career Angles. I'll be back tomorrow with more. In the meantime, have a great day. Be great.